Just going right to it. Here we are. Welcome,
Going
everybody.
live,
We're
baby.
Cooley's here, so we're going to start it. How's it going, Cooley? I got my glasses on, so Sean and I match. We are brothers, glasses brothers now. Coder Jim, good to see you. Good evening. We're just starting early here, and it might be a slow night tonight. A lot of people that were invited. There's a general invite, as you can see in the description, but a lot of people that were invited have told me they're not going to be able to make it. They're tired, or they can't, or they might just be in chat and leave early. But everyone's tired. So Sean and I, as we're talking here, at least I was. I think I've yawned 5 times in the last 5 minutes.
Roughly,
So,
yeah.
So maybe I'm more tired than I think, and maybe we'll just end this briefly. I'll show a little bit of my stuff that I did, and Sean can show his or talk about his, and we'll call it good for the week. I'm making a video on the FTX, how to update the firmware, because that did come out. We were just talking about that.
Yeah.
So this is the firmware update. So they actually do have some oh, here we go. Guess who it is, everybody? You can't tell. It's Rogue One. I see the helmet in the back. It's Tank Radio. Good to see you, buddy.
Tank!
What is up? What is up? Man,
Hey, I was just mentioning there was an FTX firmware update, so I'll leave it at that. I'll put a video out on how to do it. I think most people understand it at this point, but
Yazoo is very nice with updates.
But they actually listed 7 things in there it's doing, and then at the end was other minor fixes, but they actually pointed out some of the fixes. So
nice,
nice. I'm getting a little choppiness here. Am I getting choppy here?
A little bit, yes.
Yeah, I'm getting choppy on my end too.
All right. So Frank, you got back okay, and I wonder what our range was. We were on the simplex frequency, the 5.2, and Frank noticed when I was talking, it was getting scratchy as we split off Dallas to McKinney. So
yeah, you went north, I went south.
Yep.
We were talking for quite a while. I think we're doing pretty good on the 5.2 until we just started diverging, and since we went opposite directions, it just degraded fast.
Yeah.
I think Smoking Ape just deleted something. Ape, I did read it, so I saw that you said that you didn't get an invite. The invite instructions are in the description, and then you have to go to the Discord to get the invite. And there's a link there you can click on if you wanted to join. But I noticed he says he can't join. As usual, we don't know how many
I want to hear about
he's in.
X-Field Day. That'd be
Yeah,
cool.
but well, the link is in. All right, let me show you. Right here, if you go to the Ragchew crew, down here at the bottom, it says live stream chat.
You need it embiggen yourself, sir.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I forgot I don't have any assistants. So you go here and see there's already chatting going on, so you're gonna have to scroll up a little bit, but there's the link right here. Just click it and join.
Sounds like lots of work.
That's too much work for Ape. So
let me pour my first glass of whiskey this weekend.
I like that. Let me go back to this one. I like this one better. Yeah, so Frank didn't have any whiskey when he was there with me. He I guess was respecting the fact that I don't drink, or
that hey man, I'm just enjoying the evening. Whiskey just kind of, and it's more fun and all, but if we were sitting on the back patio, you didn't have a glass, so
yeah,
it's fine. I get that. It's fine.
I could have drank an energy drink. I think, Ape, you said you can't come anyway, but you know what? I'm going to send this, and then you don't have an excuse other than your...
I love it. I love it.
Own damn vault.
No, man, I barely have even unpacked. I unpacked the food and the cooking stuff because I had to make dinner. And then I pulled out my green bag and everything else from the car. My green everyday bag. I kind of lightened it. Then I went to the cigar bar and I edited for the next 3 hours.
Yeah, man, you're an animal when it comes to video editing.
I think. Now, to be honest, I was up there around 2, probably, and I was done to around 4:30, so 2.5 hours ish, editing, and that's with time talking because I
Yeah.
was sitting with a bunch of people enjoying the evening, and howdy, portable ham. I did not see
Portable
that you
ham, good
said.
to see you.
See, you said what's up to me. Um,
Yeah, we got
why does that
there's a
fit?
bunch of Frank emojis in there.
And
Yeah,
Robert,
I think I tagged them all already.
Digital
Um,
Ranchers in.
yeah, edited it all. It was I'm gonna say about 15 minutes worth of video
Mhm. Okay.
that was rendered out, and it was 5.4 gigs and 82 files.
Yeah, it was interesting being there because I'm not as big as doing videos like Frank does, and, I just see him all of a sudden grab his camera, like, so I figure, "Oh, he must have had a thought to continue his video," and he'd go record some
Uh-huh.
stuff.
It's just coming up with the story. The story is
Yeah.
us experiencing field day, and
Yeah.
there's always key points you want to get in that. First hour of operating, a recap of the day, and then my disgruntledness about the bands and all the fun stuff like that.
We got Don coming in.
And it's just
John.
Hi guys.
you got a little room noise there,
Yeah,
Don.
there's some background
Yeah,
noise,
I
huh?
know. I can't. It's the air conditioner, and it's
Okay,
way too
Oh,
loud for
gotcha.
me.
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
fine then.
No.
I was just wondering if you got the right mic. Um,
I think so. This should be the Yeti, not the webcam.
Good evening, Razorback Kelly.
it's all about just formulating that story I want to tell, and the story is just about field day. So I didn't really have anything other than key points. There was no type of things um, particular things I had in mind I needed to hit,
Mhm.
other than just film and
Yep.
tell the story of field day.
Yeah.
And antennas and radios and where we're talking to and all the fun stuff like that, and a little bit about the park I put in there this time.
Yeah, it was a nice location. Real quick for those who are joining and don't see, if you look in the description, this is an open mic night, so anyone who wants to come on and talk about their field day is welcome to join. Go to the Discord, scroll down to the live stream text channel. Then you might need to scroll up a little bit, and there'll be a link, and you can join in. And if you want to live stream and talk about your field day, so let's go ahead and start with Sean. Sean,
Well,
I don't know if you have
me.
any pictures to share or whatever, but let us know.
No, I don't have any whole pictures. They'll all be in the video that comes out tomorrow. But me, Scott, RJR, and Kelly, AMT, we went to Lark, Laura, Louisville Amateur Radio Association, and Dakar all in one day.
Yeah, that's
We went
crazy.
all over Denton County in one day. It was a trip. It was fun.
And
Lark
yet,
was
if that would be a shorter trip than trying to do a Rome in Texas.
Yeah.
very true.
Frank and I
Very
were
true.
talking about that.
I just had to throw it
Yeah.
out there because I am still bitter about that.
Yeah, that's true. Lark, it was kind of fun. Hang out, had good brisket. Got a few contacts. Went out to Louisville's, where they were actually brought out like one or two scout troops and
Oh,
did a
cool.
whole thing with a bunch of scouts, and we just giving them HTs, and they're
Mhm.
we're standing with them, and they're just talking to each other, getting on the radio, and they had to make 10 or 15 contacts to get their merit badge. So we helped them get their merit badge. That
That's
was
very cool.
that was awesome. I thought that was fun. I wish I would have got video, but I was too busy helping kids up with the radios.
I think that's fun. I was doing merit badge counseling for a few of them. One of them was radio, and I really enjoyed working with the scouts. I got my Eagles. My two oldest got their Eagles, and such a great program. So yeah, if you ever find an opportunity and you come across some opportunity to teach scouts, it's just scouts now.
Yeah.
So definitely take it if you enjoy working with kids and seeing kids' excitement and teaching them something that they really don't know about. It's a fun
Yeah.
thing to do.
It was fun. And there's talk about doing something when they do the jamboree coming up
Hmm.
that they asked me to get in touch with some of y'all, so we might be in touch on some things.
Cool.
I helped out at a jamboree once already. a couple of years ago. I went up there to, I think it was the Fort Worth one, and they asked me just kind of to help out and attend their class. And I went
Cool.
there and I talked about a little bit about grounding and the importance of grounding, and then he presented everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. I think I've done 2 where I've taught for 2 days, and then we did the VE testing. Um, one of them I did, it was 90% me, and like I am now, lost my voice by the end of it. But that's a little more stressful when you're doing like VE classes because
Mm-hmm.
it just feels more stressful. Maybe it's just me. But
I
when
think it
you're
was.
teaching kids, it's fun. You're just having fun.
I taught my first class last month for techs.
Mhm.
I would say I taught probably 85 to 90% of that class.
Yeah.
I just had fun with it. I thought it was fun.
So
There's a
yeah,
few of the subjects that I did. I'm like, I don't know if I'm saying this right, but
yeah, I had
It's
everybody
what
Mike.
the
else was
test
very.
says.
I had
That's what the
K5YX
test
Mike.
says.
Mike was there to support me when I did it myself, so he was always there to answer anything I wasn't familiar with. But um, yeah. So what else? Anything else, Sean?
No, and then we went over to Dakar for the night on the lake, basically, and just talked to some more guys and just enjoyed the socializing, as it were.
Enjoyed the
Mhm.
socialism. Yeah, that's what I enjoy probably most. This time, actually, I operated with Frank. So
You did a lot of FT8.
yeah,
You
I
really
did.
rocked it out there.
Oh, he's
I
a FT8 czar, I think.
so there's Sean's YouTube channel. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. He said he has a video coming out on his adventure. Michael's tired and can't make it tonight, but if you check out Getting Out in Life, he drops his video pretty much every Sunday at 5 o'clock. So that one's a good one to watch.
Mhm.
He had a good one. It was a good
Yeah,
one.
I
Um,
watched it. Yeah.
and then Frank, yours is come. Well, we'll go into that later when we come around to you, Frank. Let's go to Don. And Don, I've got your pictures if you want me to show those, unless you
Yeah,
want to share them from yours.
no, I'm not going to try. Well, I'm on a completely different computer out in the shack,
Okay,
obviously,
gotcha.
and so anyway, so we were at that church. The church is right there. You can see
Okay,
in the
here on the left.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And that what that is a shot out over into the field there, and
Mm-hmm.
in the let's see on the as I'm looking at it on the right side of the screen, just below where the sun is trying to really blank everything out. That is the DX Commander Venture.
Okay.
I built that last week and worked on it a little bit and got it working, and then took that one out there. And there's a
Mhm.
better shot of it in a minute at the
Okay.
bottom because Chuck KK6USY had I was showing him, talking to him online. Well, him and Eight both. But anyway,
I was
and
about to be jealous. Chuck came out.
no, we were talking online on Discord. But Chuck said, "Hey Don, have you seen this?" And I'd never seen it before.
Mm-hmm.
And I went and bought one of those, and it worked perfectly. And so when you, in a minute, you'll see that that little device that's at the bottom. I've had questions about it already from Josh's Discord.
Do you want me
Uh,
to progress, or do you still want?
no, because
Okay.
on the other side there is a MFJ big ears.
Okay. Looks like a
We
coil.
Yeah, there's a coil in it. It's a lot like the Chameleon. Uh, it it's not a delta loop. It's just a basically a dipole,
Okay.
and it was pretty easy to for him to set up. I didn't participate in the setup because I was running field day this year, and
Mhm.
so I was like trying to organize where things go and how we're going to set things up because the club here had always run like 1 alpha, and I wanted to run 3 alpha.
Yeah.
And so that's essentially what we did. I had the FT1X1 out there, and I got a funny story to tell you about that.
Nice.
And I took the FTDX10 and the 7300, and they said, "Oh, you're not going to have that many operators." And I was like, "Well, I want to operate, and if somebody else is operating, I want to know, why not?" And those stations stayed pretty busy, pretty much. I mean, the FTDX10, there was a lady and her husband and wife that stayed overnight the whole time doing FT8 all night. So they did FT8 all night.
That's cool.
While the rest of us, see, we got there literally at 8 o'clock in the morning, and we set all this up at 8, and then we just visited until 1 o'clock, and then we ran it up till like I was there until midnight.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't make it the whole night. So I went on home and went to bed, and so did a lot of the guys that we were with. But the husband and wife just sat there all night long and ran FT8.
Wow.
And so I got back about 6:30 in the morning. But anyway, and then around, I think, 10 o'clock, we began to tear things down. Because overnight, the winds were so bad, it took down the DX Commander. It didn't fall over. It just, collapsed from being pushed back and forth and back and forth.
Well, I know, I'm sure Ape hasn't had anything to drink, but he keeps making comments about the propane tank. So the propane tank was not part of your counter-push system or anything, correct?
No, but I know. There was no avoiding it. There was a building that you can't see that's on one side of it.
Yeah.
And if I'd have gone on the other side of that building, which we could have done, there's another propane tank right there. So
oh, how funny.
It wouldn't have made any difference. And I mean, the antenna worked beautifully. Both of them did. And there's another antenna you can't see in any of my pictures, unfortunately.
Okay, so none of these.
Yeah. Go ahead. You can go on to the
next?
next one. Yeah, you can go to the next one.
Should I go to this first?
Yeah, go ahead and go to that. So if you look underneath, this is how the Venture is mounted. So that mount there is what Chuck found. That is an umbrella stand that you just simply push into the ground. It's got 3 legs on it.
Nice.
So it's extremely stable. And of course, it was windy last night, which was great because it kept us, cool. In fact, all day, even though it was like 95 at night or during the day, we had this like cool breeze flowing through. And but anyway, this thing took a lot of just pure wind overnight. And that thing did not have it stayed in the ground, no problem. Nothing untoward happened to the antenna. It didn't tilt over. And if you're not familiar with the Venture is like the Signature 9 or the Rapide, the newer versions of the Rapide, where it comes with a fiberglass pole that will fit up the inside of that deal, and or the inside of the mast, and then that pole, you just drop it down in one of these. Callum recommends a 40-pound weighted base, umbrella base, but this one doesn't require any weight. It's very easy to, just throw it in the back of the truck, and then when you get to the place, you just slide it into the ground. And
this is what I use for my POTA 33 fiber or carbon fiber from
You're not showing
Parts.
yourself.
Yeah, you're not.
No, it's okay. It's but I have the similar thing for POTA 33, and it's a fishing pole holder, and it just has 2 spikes, and it holds it in great.
Yeah, I'm not. I've had some issues with my POTA 33s. I had 2 of them, and both of them are gone now. The Venture worked really well. This is just like looking back from where the antenna field is back into where we were set up with the little
There's one more here.
tarps and stuff. And then if you look at that, go back to that other picture real quick.
With everybody?
Yeah, with everybody. I want to warn you about something. So see that tent that's sitting there that's like Jason has?
The Gazelle.
The Gazelle.
Mhm.
And I know Frank's had experience with this at least. When you get inside that thing, there is no air moving. Even though there's breeze coming through, and we had some fairly strong breezes, in there is like an oven because the air would just not go through that mosquito netting. So if you're ever taking one of these,
it has to be a decent breeze, then it will move.
Oh, it was pretty. The breeze was pretty strong last night, And like I said, it even took out the DX Commander eventually. But again, the pole collapsed. That's what I mean. And that was from the wind blowing it back and forth. It was that strong. And down in those trees, there's not a lot of trees around us. They're mainly shade, and the wind was coming through there, just whipping through. But it was like an oven inside there.
Well, it's too bad you hung these orange things here because they're kind of in the way of a good picture.
Well, the orange things,
I'm messing with you, Don. You know that.
Yeah, but the orange things are part of the antenna, or they're on the
flagging
antenna.
tape.
Yeah, it's to flag the antenna guy ropes.
The ropes antenna. They put those there for those who don't.
Yeah, we had a what's called a Cobra. I actually have a Cobra ultralight here. It's a 160 meter doublet, and we had that 160 meter doublet up on one of those fiberglass military masts. And then the military mast, we had guys, that were holding it down. And so that's what those orange things are, is to mark out the guys. So
I like your use of the flagging tape. I approve. I have flagging tape in my Mota bag just for that reason.
It's a good thing to have. Just keep it rolling.
It is a good thing to have.
Yeah, we had a real blast because, again, the husband and wife I was talking about, we were there all night. During the day, they had their girls out there, and they're 14 and 17, and they are big amateur radio operators. Wow. They ran our CW station for a while. That night, there's a guy in the club that's a really big contester on CW, and he was on there for most of the time. But they came and did that. And here's the funny story I wanted to tell. So I had the FTX1 out there, and the dad basically said, "Hey, you need to go and run the Yaesu and spend some time on the Yaesu and learn how to, what the differences are, because you need to have a variety of radios in your background." And she ran that for, I guess, about an hour and absolutely hated it. She could not stand that radio. They have a 7300 at home, and they have a PW2, I think, that the ICOM amplifier, and they love that thing.
Is that just for a long wire? Is that the one just does like long wire or no?
No, that's an amplifier. It's a kilowatt amplifier.
I'm thinking of the tuner. Never mind.
Yeah, and they were on their way this afternoon. They were going to go home and finish building their DX Commander Nebula.
Yeah.
So they have they want 80 meters, so they got the Nebula so they can get 80 meters on on their vertical. Yeah, they were fun, and those girls, I'm telling you, they weld, they fix cars, and they are expert marksmen. Really,
nice.
They go and do shooting contests, like for their in their age range and everything, but all the time. They're going out shooting about once to twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week. They have AR-15s and all of the all these various rifles.
It sounds like I approve of this family.
Yeah, I mean,
they're a special group, and we love them in the club. I mean,
in fact, I need to go out. They put me to shame. I should be going out that much.
Yeah, and they said that there are some cops that they go out and shoot with every once in a while, and the cops don't usually come back or go more than once because they show them up so bad. But
sounds about right.
Training.
Yeah,
sounds about right.
Yeah, and they do these contests all over the state. But so anyway, I had a really good field day, and if you look, I don't know if you can tell, you don't see me on camera very much, but look how red I am.
Yeah, you got a little sun.
Yeah,
you were out there for a while.
Yeah.
And I'm red right now, not from sun. I'm red from the PC heat blowing under my desk right in my face.
Oh yeah.
So I was going to say something. I just slipped. I just totally forgot. It was about your shack, but I'll come back to it if I think about it, Don.
Digital Ranchers comment, perfect, spot on.
Oh, I know what it was. What was your main mode that you used, or did you use kind of a combination of modes?
We used everything.
Okay.
I was running SSB, and that girl, when she was running the FTX1, she was running SSB. And so we had, and then there was a guy that was from the fire department, and he literally set at the 7300 probably from 7 until after midnight. When I left, he was still there running the 7300, making SSB contacts. And I have all the laptops with all the information on it, the logs, and I won't know what our score is until we get done. And then we had a gentleman that came out, and I believe they tried to do the to get to the space station and have a QSO through there. But from what I understood, there was a lot of low passes for us yesterday.
Yeah.
And so they weren't able to do that. But I know he ran some in the evening, and I don't know if they were able to make a contact. I won't know that again until I see the logs and get all the logs together. But he
There
also
was a couple low passes. I saw Digital Rancher out there trying to do it, and I think he wasn't able to. And I thought about getting out there because I did have my satellite rig the whole time.
Oh, you
And
had it?
I
I
did
didn't know
have it.
that.
It was in the black bag, and time it came around, I saw some of the passes. Like, I am so tired right now,
Yeah.
and I was grumbly after the start of field day. We might get into that later, and yeah, I was just not in the mood to mess with that.
Well, if you guys want, check out Digital Rancher's channel. It's just Digital Rancher on YouTube. He did do a pass that I couldn't stay up for either, unfortunately, but I did watch his video today, and I was amazed at how clear those transmissions were through that satellite or whatever. I can't remember which one it was, but yeah, it was really clear. So check out Digital Rancher's video he posted today.
Yeah. Did any of y'all manage to copy the ARRL message?
I completely forgot about it until it was over.
No, I didn't
Yeah.
try, but I did try to send the WinLink message, and every WinLink frequency on HF, I let it run automatically, and it would go to the next, every single one was busy. I tried multiple times, so I gave up.
Okay.
Here's what Digital Rancher worked, Robert. So let's go ahead and move
1 a.m. Congrats, man.
Yeah, it was 1
We were in bed like Friday or Saturday. We were in bed around 10, 11.
I was out.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and move to you, Frank. I've got a few pictures up here, but unless you've got something you want to share.
To be honest, all my photos and everything's on the laptop, which is downstairs.
Yeah, that's what I figured. So here, let me go to my screen, and then you can talk more about it because you and between you and Robert getting the cabin and all that. I don't have a lot of pictures, but I've got a couple here.
So this is the cabin we stayed at, Cooper Lake State Park. Am I like medium-ish? I don't like my volume.
You sound good to me.
Let me go into the input devices. Yep, Windows nerfed me. There you go. Maybe better now. We stayed at Cooper Lake State Park. This was kind of a last minute booking. We like to book these like at least 3 months out because these cabins and the group cabins do book up fairly fast here in Texas, and we did this around a month ago. Oops. Out of little laziness, and neither of us are really the planners are usually on this, but this is the cabin. It slept 2 perfectly. It will sleep 3 happily. It will sleep 4 with a cot if you wanted it, but past that, I really want to put it past it. Next slide.
Let's see what else I got here. Hopefully, I didn't get any of the after hours slides. Just kidding.
Look at that sunset off of my smoking deck. It was beautiful.
Yep. That was from the Tank Radio smoke deck. It was like perfectly centered in that little gap in the trees.
This was us operating from Paul's point of view. We're running N3FJP. He was mostly doing digital. And I think I was grumpy sour face at that point.
Looks like it.
You know, I usually do just digital, but this time I actually started on my first hour was voice. I don't remember how many I got, but I tried to balance it out this year and get kind of. I probably still got more digital and voice, but I got quite a few voice as well.
Next slide.
Okay, that was just my setup. 7300 and a 2730B. I just got it put in that SKP box, and that was the second night.
Ooh, that was a beautiful. I
That
missed
is
that one.
beautiful.
Well, this was how we saw it, Frank. But it doesn't ever show as good. So I went in and I added the filtering to try to get it to look exactly the way we saw it.
Oh, you cheated.
So I made it a little more red. I brightened the leaves. This was the one I posted on Discord.
Yep. That's me dressing down. I've been getting lazy in my late off times.
You know what? I just realized. Okay, wait. Let me look at your face
I've been
here.
there, Frank.
And then let's go here. You're right. You do look a little grumpier.
I told you. I got grumpy.
Here's Tank when we're just getting started.
I left the radio and I was like, I'm smoking a whole cigar and not touching a thing.
Well, now to talk about this.
Man, your map. I'm gonna credit towards Paul here. Paul went out on FTA and it was just literally hunting sections that we did not have in our map. So he really colored in the lines here and got all the areas that we did not have. And I think that is the best looking map I've ever seen on any field day that I've done.
That's the most that I've ever done. Now, you can't see it, but there's 2 sections in California we missed. I think 3 or 4 of Canada, and then the Virgin Islands. We didn't see either of these east and west Massachusetts.
For 2 people operating field day.
Yeah,
that was amazing.
I think we did awesome. But
Don's laughing at us because I think Don has gone to field days where they did the spread.
No, yeah. I never have, and we've run 3 alpha. In Richardson and down here in
I've done
Cedar
5
Creek
alphas and
never. And not it's not easy.
Oh, what was the big one we QSO'd, Frank? The biggest number was 17 or
23.
No, 23.
23.
Right.
There was somebody running a 23 alpha.
23 alpha.
Yeah, we got them, and I was like blah 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 blah. What 23?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I'm like 2, 3. He goes, yes, sir. I was like, okay. Most memorable station. I got an HRO in California. I want to say maybe. I forgot where it was. It wasn't the one here. And he's like, yeah, we're the HRO club. We just turned on the radios to see how field day was going. Da 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 da. We kind of need to get back to work here. I said, ha! I seen y'all at HRO. There's no working going on.
Not today.
Did y'all get a DX station?
Yes, we got 3.
Okay.
I think
no,
digital.
I wish I knew the call sign of that one. The one we got, I can't think of the name. An island just northeast of the Philippines, a little island, like Sriracha. No, that's a sauce.
Sriracha.
Sriracha.
Yeah. I can't remember, but it's a really small island we were able to get.
Yeah, the lady overnight, I think she was on 20. It must have been. She got Guernsey Island in out south of the UK.
Oh wow.
Yeah, those are. I've gotten them a few times in the shack, but she got them off the DX Commander on the 20-meter element. See, when that thing collapsed, the 40-meter element actually popped off the top and was just hanging. And they ran 20 for a while, and then they switched over and they ran 40, even though it was like just dangling down. And they were doing well on 40.
Yeah, this is the island. Thanks, Hampton. It hurts.
Curd body.
Yeah.
The body.
Welcome, Grouch. Good to see you, brother.
Yeah. We ran a 2 Bravo station this time. We ran completely off of battery power the whole time, which I was switching batteries and letting one charge while the other one was running the station.
Let me pull this up for you while you're talking about that.
Then
where'd it go?
I wanted to run some solar, but my solar panel lengths for cabling was only 10 feet, and all the sun was in the front of the house, and the back of the house didn't really have consistent sun where we could set it all up. So we
Yeah, so
didn't run solar.
we got a few of these. We got the that's a public place, right? Isn't it?
Yeah,
Kind of? No? I
we
don't know.
we were in a public place, but I don't think we can say we were a public
I
place.
guess, yeah, because we were inside the cabins, so maybe not. Let's see. We did the emergency power, right?
Mm-hmm.
We didn't get the
Yeah.
messages. We didn't get a satellite. We did have a ranger come by twice. once was to change the.
Hey, that still counts. We
It
had a
still
ranger
counts.
visit. He
Yeah.
came
That's
in
an official. That's
and
an official.
changed a battery in the fire alarm.
Yeah, we had a smoke alarm chirping, and so he
And
had
I was like, swear, I was like, I was about to start cooking. I haven't even started cooking yet because I set it
Yeah.
off earlier in the day.
Now, did you count the media publicity?
we did. Oh, I thought there was a different one down here. Here, the social media, because we didn't have anything in the news or anything, but we
Yeah.
did social media.
Yeah, we
that-
we did both. The social media was on Frank's channel a few days ago.
Welcome, Ziggy.
Ziggy.
So we
I'm
got a
glad
few
I
of
can
these.
help.
Let me go back to normal here.
We ran off of 4 antennas. We had a alpha antenna 10 through. I kept calling it 6, but it wasn't a 6-meter antenna. I got to also correct the video now. 10 through 160, but I really didn't get 160 running quite right, and I don't know why. Other than that, I had the coffee and ham radio antenna vertical, and then someone said about audio. Hey, Tank Red Douglas, man, what's up? And then
Hey, Douglas.
what was the other one? What was yours?
I had the chameleon vertical with 4 counterpoise
yeah.
wires, and I had both the extension and the mill whip, so it's full with its matched. The radio tuner tuned everything, but I think the highest was like 2, so it was all pretty good. And then I did put up the dipole ham sticks. We tried a 6-meter dipole ham stick, but there just wasn't anything 6-meter that we could copy.
And then other than that, we ate good.
Yeah.
I made fajitas, which I ate the last of today, and
Nice.
we did pizza right before field day, and then what was our other meal? You made
Oh, the pulled
pulled
pork sandwiches.
Yep. Breakfast burritos with hash browns.
Delicious. And bacon.
Ooh, and bacon.
Very nice.
Onions.
Bacon and grilled onions and jalapenos with bell peppers for the fajitas, which Paul started coughing. He's like,
yeah.
these are great, man. These are great.
Oh, here's the thing is, so
I can't breathe.
they're delicious. So my first job was I was a baker at a restaurant, and what I would do sometimes just for fun, because you didn't have internet troll opportunities back then, so I would troll the people in the restaurant by throwing Tabasco on the grill, and eventually it would work its way out into the restaurant, and you would start hearing people cough. Well, that's what happens to me if you're frying anything with like the seeds and jalapeno or any kind of sauce. So it's getting to me. I love it. They were
Karma.
delicious.
It's
Yeah,
called
it's karma.
karma.
They were delicious. Frank he does a lot of cooking on these things, so he does some great meals. But they were delicious. But yeah, it makes me cough and choke just breathing the smoke.
Well, now Ape on Discord posted some of his barbecue that he made this weekend, and just from the looks, it looks delicious.
Well, he's not going to grace us with his presence, so we can't really discuss what he did.
Well, it wasn't for field day. It was just for him.
I got you. Okay.
I think I might have pictures of food.
Well, we did. Yeah, I know that our clubs locally, Jordan, one of my Razorbacks, he's also the one that loaned me. It's here somewhere, Jordan. I promise. I didn't lose your fan. Loaned me this so that I could test the FTX fan. I got to get that back to you, Jordan. He did a brisket.
Yeah,
he did a brisket. Yeah,
He made a fantastic brisket.
Yeah, we had
melted in your mouth. It was perfect.
We had a really good brisket, but earlier in the around lunchtime, just before everything started, they uh, ran across the street to Pizza Hut, and I'd given him $20, like, yeah, just get me a pizza, whatever they. And he comes back with his stack of 5 pizzas. They gave us 5 pizzas.
What?
And then, yeah, and then the next morning, like this morning, the ladies from the church came out with donuts and kolaches and, just all kinds of things. And, we didn't really ask for any. The nice thing about that church is the pastor that runs the church is part of the club. And so he's like, yeah, the ladies are going to come over tomorrow and y'all will have breakfast. So it was, it wasn't the home cooked stuff, but the brisket in the evening was just really good. And then somebody brought a big pot of homemade chili too.
Oh, nice.
It was good. Yeah.
So this is what Ragchew is talking about in chat. He posted this in
Yes.
Discord.
Wow.
Invite
That
me.
looks
I will
delicious.
eat all of that.
Yeah, that looks delicious, man.
Ooh, that looks good.
What
Yeah,
was
he
that
said his-
made into tacos or burritos or just?
This is why his wife bought him a cooker to banish him to cooking in the garage.
Ah!
That does look delicious. I will admit.
Those flat tops are easy to clean up afterwards too. You just get it real hot and splash some water on it, and Bob's your uncle.
So Ziggy,
Yep.
welcome, man. How are you?
I'm great, man. I'm doing good. Wife and kids are out of town, so it's been just all RF all the time.
And did you do field day somewhere, or did you just operate from home?
So I spent my field day helping out in Oldham, cleaning out a Silent Key estate.
Oh,
somebody's got to do it.
Somebody's got to do it.
Somebody's got to do it. I'm also the guy that takes down the towers. I do that for free.
That's good.
Yeah.
I got 2 people lined up that need help with towers, so that's coming up in the next 2 weeks. I'll try to record that. But that's good of you to do all that, man.
No, it's great. There's always a little bit, it's not always for nothing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Get to meet good people. They really appreciate it. Get all kinds of work, and yeah.
Any updates? Anything going on? Anything you want to let us know that's coming up? Anything that you come up with? You always come up with interesting things, man.
Let's see. I've been working with Tio about this digital sound interface, the Toads digital interface.
Okay.
I've got shipping down to like pro level status, which is really exciting for me. I'm no longer reliant on a bubble jet for printing labels. And I just wanted to hear about all the great food that you guys got to eat yesterday. My wife's out of town, so it's not been wonderful in that department.
You should be firing up the grill, man.
I should be,
but I have to sit out in the hot garage.
I should be, but I work too damn hard, and then I come home and just pretty much expire until the next morning.
What is that gimmick thing above your head on that screen behind?
That's an old Nintendo game that was never released in America, and it's a real shame because the physics in the game were like American kids never saw physics this complex before. It's yeah.
That's the third different game I've seen on there in the last week.
I'm a big original Nintendo kid, so that's running on actual Nintendo hardware too.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
I see the joystick or the gamepad right there too.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, to me it looks like underneath there is some kind of like scopes and that kind of stuff. But
yeah, there's a frequency counter, and I got a couple scopes up there. Not doing nothing. I'm thinking about I've got a friend that's started repairing radios, and he's got no electronics background, and it's the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. It's like the first time you've seen a sunset, because he sits there and he just taps on the board on the radio while it's on and powered, and he just listens, and he finds it. Like, it's incredible. I've never seen anything like it in my life. Yeah, he's just cranking out fixing radios just by this weird little method he's come up with.
Yeah, if y'all ever want to see, like, there's a lady on, I guess it's TikTok. I get them on Facebook, but there's this lady called A Terabyte. Have y'all ever seen her?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds
think so.
familiar.
Because she
Yeah.
literally, she'll sit there on a board, like a whiteboard on behind her, and go through and explain electronics. And she's all self-taught right now. She wants to go to like college and learn electronics, but she's just doing it all herself. She does her own circuit boards, the whole 9 yards. But then she'll have like these little segments where, well, let me help you understand electronics, and she'll draw out, circuits and explain how they work and everything. It's just it's really fascinating. I really want to get on one of her live streams one time and ask her if she's ever heard of ham radio.
I would imagine she's heard of it at least.
Yeah, she's mainly about building these little like robot things, like the little animated dragons and things like that. But she does so many things. She's got scopes and uh, frequency counters and all kinds of things like that. She does soldering on stream, stuff like that. So it's just interesting.
See, Frank, that's stuff that I would think that my older boy I talked to you about earlier would be interested in, but
Yeah.
he doesn't really show interest.
People love to watch people solder and wrap toroids. And what I've recently found out, Frank, you'll love this part. As long as I don't talk, my viewer count skyrockets.
Wait a minute. How many viewers did we lose when Ziggy got to know?
Oh no! See?
Never.
I'll share something. Some of my best performing videos is when I'm behind the camera and just talking to people.
Is that right?
Yes. I'm just like, how is this? I cranked this video out from a ham fest, and it's literally taken me half an hour to just literally cut, slam, all of it together, do my intro, do the outro, boom, gone.
Took you more time to import and export.
Yeah. Then my actual Hamfest video, and it's that I spend like a couple hours on, sometimes more. And my Hamfest video might get 1,000, but this video is like 3 to 5. I'm like,
yeah. Some things are weird. It's hard to nail it all down 100%. But
you never know what's gonna hit. It's just
Ziggy, you can't play games while streaming.
it's not one of those streams.
That looks a little Mario.
Discord. I got pictures of the food.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, let me pull this up here. See if I got to find them because they're going different places here. Stream chat. There it is.
Yeah.
Okay, here comes Jordan's. Is this all Jordan's?
All but the last one from me. I think Michael put one of Jordan's brisket in there too.
This one's of Michael. Michael sent getting out in live.
All right.
And
that's Jordan's brisket.
And then we got Sean has uploaded these. Yeah, I got a flat in the refrigerator, just a flat portion. Costco sells just the flat, and it smokes quicker. I got to get that smoked this week.
Yeah,
just a tip.
So
I had a registered business in Florida named just for tip. Just for tips. I sure did. Yeah, I owned a pedicab business in St. Augustine, Florida for years, and yeah, just the tip. They let it fly.
So there we've got Dale's mac and cheese, beans, and coleslaw.
Yep. Shout out Dale. He always makes good food too for the club stuff.
I can put a hurt on some beans.
That's that new print Dixie plate and everything, boy.
You know what I will say this. Dale's beans are good, but they're not tank beans. I will admit that. I'll admit they're not tank beans.
Have you had my beans before?
I have. Ray Roberts. One of the first years of Ray Roberts.
I totally forgot about doing that.
Yeah, Frank makes some good beans. So far, everything Frank has made has been delicious. So
I enjoy cooking. I'm kind of over cooking ribs and some other things on field day because I want to operate more.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that takes up so much attention.
Yeah. It takes so much attention and time and getting on the grill, and yeah, I'm not going to do it the same day I operate on the radio.
So, you need like a grill radio combo device.
Well, that's why I kind of brought some pre-made stuff, Frank. I didn't want to
mount the antenna to the back of the grill frame.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Or my idea of I want to tune up my smoker one day.
You want to put some RF in there?
Yeah.
I'm down.
I wonder if that's
Cooked with
I wonder if
RF love.
I wonder if that would actually cook a steak.
Josh tried to cook a hot dog by RF one time. It didn't go well.
Oh,
I wouldn't think it would.
Not the kind of energy
So-
we're really after efficiently.
Yeah, it didn't really
very
cook
true.
it.
Very true. So
look,
we
what do
have
we got here,
two kinds of cobbler. Two kinds of cobbler. We have apple cobbler on the,
Ooh.
and then the dark one is is a chocolate cherry.
I just can't get into cherries. I don't know why.
Sir.
It was so good.
I know
Cherries
Frank.
are
I didn't.
awesome.
I couldn't say that while at field day. Frank might have slapped me with all of his Diet Cherry Coke.
Right? I had the whole.
How dare you,
Lots
sir?
of it.
Smack.
I finished it, by the way.
Yeah. But I'll
That
take some of
chocolate
that
cherry
apple.
cobbler was. That chocolate cherry cobbler was off the chain. It was too good.
Oh, thanks, Don. So Don posted that TikTok or Instagram that did all the electronic stuff.
Hey, you know what? That's
Oh,
not
yeah.
a bad
Yeah,
idea.
she does. All
Jordan's onto something here. We need to open up our grills to our Mesh-tastic network. We
me
need
move
to
this
mesh
around.
all our this way we could help each other out. Like if one man went off to the store, his
Mhm.
grill would tell the next guy
There
over
you go.
Mesh-tastic, hey, we got a problem.
It's got to work because my grill has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. There's got to be a way. All you
There's
programmers.
got to be a grill mesh network.
Yep.
It's not that hard. If
That
it's
would
just
work.
text over Mesh-tastic, it's just formulated a string a certain way that everyone can decrypt it.
All right. I gotta
Yeah.
post that one for sure. Thanks, Chris.
And 45, yeah, it was about 3 or 4 years ago at Ray Roberts.
That's a coding exercise for you, Frank.
There you go.
Write a interface for your grill.
That would be easy.
All right. What else we got here?
Well, have at it.
All right,
then.
so this is
Good practice.
from Louisville. They had a steak dinner basically with steak
going to the
dinner,
wrong
grilled
places.
chicken. They had bratwurst.
Is this the steak on the left?
Yeah, that's the steaks.
Wow. Green beans look good too.
Green beans look good. Green beans were good.
My mom always made great green beans. Oh my gosh.
Had like 2 kinds of macaroni salad plus Caesar salad.
Is there another one? Let's check here.
No, that's all for me.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
That's it for me.
That looks good, man. That plate just looks really good.
Yeah.
I don't think we got any. Did you get? Oh, Frank probably got photos. So look for Frank's video tomorrow and Tuesday or just tomorrow.
Just tomorrow. The only days where you see like consecutive stuff is right off the Hamfest.
Okay.
Where I'm just slamming all the interviews together.
Usually 2:00 Central Time.
2 o'clock Central Time.
So watch for that tomorrow on Tank Radio.
don't
Mine
really-
drops at 12:45.
Okay. Sean's is at 12:45 Central.
I don't really show what
Yeah,
I cook. I show me cooking it. By the time I get to eat it, I'm hungry and I just devour it. So
Yeah, I don't think I did.
Yeah,
Let me check. Go ahead, Don.
Frank, what you need to do is you
Well,
just
I
need to
was
put a
just gonna-
camera on top of the grill that just watches you cook.
Let me make sure.
No, the thing I like after field day is to watch everybody's videos. I mean, I'll see channels that I haven't even heard of, and I'll watch their field day videos.
Yeah.
I just like to relive the experience over and over and over again.
I almost forgot.
I think that that makes really good content.
Let me see if I can find it. That was a live stream I did. Oh, it's still listed as members only. That's why.
oh,
Which
I
one?
thought I had that set to change after 24 hours.
Oh, where you were trying to tune up the fence and the
Yeah.
iron.
So you keep calling. I'm gonna wait for.
That was pretty fun. That was pretty cool though.
So I just want to get to where I show the fence. So here, let me go here, and basically this is Frank, and I have a G90 connected to a really like about what Frank 4-foot high fence.
Yeah. It was a
maybe-
4-foot high, not corrugated. It was galvanized
Yeah.
fence.
Pretty good, like an 8 gauge. I mean, it was a pretty solid fence, and they were basically it was set up around the beams that were under a previous cabin that was there that must have burned down or something. So just the beams and this fence was there.
Walk
It's-
me through in great detail how we interfaced from the radio to the fence.
I think. Let me see if I don't have a. pretty sure I took a close video of it.
You did.
You
There's
got
the
my heart
radio and
racing here,
battery.
boys.
Okay, here, let me play this a little bit. So here's the
Tune up
fence.
this antenna here. Fence.
It's gonna be a little choppy because the cell wasn't great there.
Jeez.
And I
Goes all the
tripped.
way around this old. There was a cabin here. Must have burned down, so this fence goes all the way around.
I think I do a
Made a
close up of the
QSO earlier.
connection here. I did make a QSO earlier.
You did.
Here, what do we got there?
Okay,
Looks
so
like
right
a
here,
coax,
alligator
T2.
clip.
alligator clip, a T what?
This is, yeah, what is it called, Frank?
It's an alligator clip with a banana B and C connector.
Yeah.
So it's just a
Okay.
red and blue. So you
Okay.
have the red is coming off of the center pin, the black would be your shielding, and just the wire right up to the galvanized fence. I was gonna say this should teach you, Paul, to always be recorded.
I know that I did. I thought that too as I was saying it.
So there was no like radial from that point outward. It was just
The clip to the fence. The radio
Yeah.
was the antenna, and the wire was only that long.
that little bit of coax was all the other side of the
Yeah.
antenna that you get there.
I could have
And
done a
Frank's
longer
came up
wire,
with
but I
the-
didn't.
Frank just came up with a new thing for ABR.
Everybody's chatting. We've tuned up a fence, guys. Jump on. Try to QSO Frank here. We're tuned up on the fence.
Do you have a choke on that?
14.280.
No choke.
No,
Mm.
don't necessarily need a choke when you're doing.
Well, I thought I saw one.
So if you-
There might
Go
have
ahead.
been one on the radio. I think it was just straight, like 4,
Nope, this is
5 feet of feline, then to the banana clip.
running
But
directly
first-
into the sun method.
First,
Yeah.
Paul turned it on. He's like, I don't think I'm getting out. I was like, did you check your power? He's like, I guess. I
Oh
haven't
yeah.
worked this radio in a number of years. I was like, let me see. I was like, nope, you're working at 5 watts.
I think it was 1, wasn't it?
Yeah, that sounded just like Frank.
Was it 1?
I think it was 1 watt.
I didn't know it could go down to 1.
But I thought it said 1. I could be wrong, but I was like, oh yeah, I'm not going to get anywhere with that on a fence.
I about had a heart attack earlier today. Turns out my mic gain was set to 0.
Ah!
Oops.
Mm.
I'm like, man, I'm getting no power. Oh,
Kilo 5, Victor Oscar Papa.
Yeah, so we didn't get out after we started recording, but yeah, live and learn. Always be recording. But we had some fun.
it looks like it.
Mhm.
Bravo.
Yeah.
Let's
Yes,
see.
dude.
Someone trying to spam us on Twitch, of course. I'm gonna have to stop doing Twitch. Yeah.
It's bad, isn't it?
It's either you or me. I can't tell.
Oh, I almost forgot. I'm sitting here staring at it.
Oh.
Oh, what do we got?
This is
Wait.
is-
Let me embiggen you.
Yeah, it's
Wrong-
big.
wrong
Not
one.
you with the food.
There we go.
This isn't mine. This is our good friend the ape. I don't know if you know this, guys, but he is quite the chef.
Cheese
Oh.
poppers. Chili,
Oh, yeah.
Jalapeno
This-
poppers wrapped in bacon.
I mean,
Yes.
Yeah, that's what he was
I
showing
am
me
going to have
earlier
to
that I
put
was
him to
talking
shame
about.
with some
He,
smoked foods here.
I'm telling you what, guys. I think he's been dabbling in the idea about having a cooking channel.
Interesting.
And I said, boy, what are you waiting on?
That looks delicious. Yeah, that looks awesome.
Did you ever see anything off of Scott's cooking channel?
I need to go check out Scott's cooking channel.
Yeah, he only did a few videos on it before he had to basically stop. But I was fascinated. He's an actual.
And I'm not
chef.
quite sure, but I'm starting to think he might be a bit of a photographer as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, this
That
is
looks
unreal.
delicious.
Yeah,
All right.
he does his cooking stuff like he does his
Oh,
slides,
man.
right?
Here we go. I did not cook this weekend, or even some of these not this year. Here is a charcoal grill with chicken thighs, and I also did grilled wings.
Man.
Toss them in sauce and put them right back on the grill to get them nicely glazed.
Nice.
Here is some Korean ribs that I marinated overnight in teriyaki, sriracha, and onions and garlic and jalapenos. Put them on the
Very
grill, and I stretched it with a hot dog.
I was gonna say,
Here is my smoker: 3 racks of ribs with a or a half chicken.
What's the forks for? Is that some kind of a
The
thermometer
forks
method?
were telling me which ones were non-spicy. So I have
Oh,
a
okay.
spicy rub and a non-spicy rub. So I bent some forks until they fell
Got
off.
it.
And when I have several different ones, so I know which ones are which, depending on how I'm smoking at the time. I know which ones are spicy, non-spicy, or mild.
Mhm. Wow.
Then,
Yeah, I'm getting hungry again.
boom. It
Oh,
doesn't
me
matter
too.
what time you light the smoker. It could be 3 in the morning or it could be 6 in the morning. When the fire's on, the meat's on, you light a cigar and pour yourself a bourbon. Because I damn tell you, with a with a wood fire grill, you ain't going anywhere for 2 hours.
at
Nice.
least 2
Better,
hours.
might as well
Because it
deploy an
takes that.
antenna.
Yeah, it takes that long. I did that a couple times. I didn't have enough time to work. It's just tending to that firebox until
Mhm.
it gets that happy place and it's just humming, and then you can start doing other things. And it takes about 2 hours. Another one, there's all racks of ribs, and this is the chef's choice. So it's just some strips that I cut off, and they're usually done halfway through the cook, and you get a snack.
Nice.
Wings and some other stuff with I was doing stir fry on the side. And since apes showed jalapenos, this is for 1 year I did
Wow.
52 stuffed jalapenos on the smoker,
Ooh.
and that's pull off.
See, you guys that do the smoking like the real way, right? You're actually doing charcoal, or you're kind of
Oh,
maintaining
this
the
is wood.
temperature, or
This is
wood.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
I kind of do the cheap method with the pellet grill, and it's just easier.
Weekend warrior backyard pitmaster.
Nice.
And Frank, where are the beans?
Let me see if I can find some beans for y'all.
Gonna say,
I don't
you
usually take pictures of beans. Let's see if I can find some.
They're still good.
Yeah.
Frank, you're infamous for your beans, but you don't have pictures of it? Come on, Frank.
Well, there's this one from a year or two ago. Let me put that in its own frame. Probably a big pot of beans that were spicy. No, this was a regular pot of beans, and this one was an extra spicy because someone challenged me to make them with ghost peppers. I said
Oh, geez.
yes.
Oh,
Grill? I'm trying to find the picture I took at Huntsville last year when I grilled up a bunch of jalapenos and peppers
Mm.
and pretty much cleared out the whole gazebo.
Actually, I want to say that picture of beans is the year I went to Ray Roberts.
Oh, could have been more wings.
Oh, those look good.
I like to do wings.
Yeah.
This propane smoker does not work anymore.
Is it like a bourbon glaze, or is it another
Maybe
Korean?
barbecue sauce.
Oh, okay.
Very
I
nice.
can't find the grill with just the buttload of onions and peppers and other things I was grilling at the Huntsville Ham Fest. Maybe if I could put Huntsville, will it come up? Show me pictures at Huntsville.
now, Frank, do you ever grill corn?
Every now and then I need to get back at it more.
Yeah, grilled corn is.
I
oh,
did
man.
not last year, the 2 years before Thanksgivings, I finally did grill corn or smoked it.
Proof I found the
Ah,
police box over at Gigaparts.
that's funny.
Nice.
But I thought it would come out dry. It was so juicy because I smoke it. I just keep it in the ear. I don't take anything off.
I don't know
And
where it went.
it
Can't
keeps the
find it.
moisture in, so it was delicious.
My masterpiece dish is titled "You and Eat It."
Bill,
All right, I will try it, Douglas. Hope it's hot and spicy.
that's
Oh,
funny.
I don't know if it's gonna be this week. Maybe, but this week or next week, I'm gonna do a lunchtime live stream to compliment Mike Sour eating a bunch of sour heads and stuff. I want to go
Nice.
out to do Buffalo Wild Wings blazoned,
Oh yeah, I heard you talking
Pluckers,
about that.
Fire in the Hole, whatever Hooters is, even if Hooters doesn't count as a wing place, and then Wingstop. I forgot what Wingstop is. Um, nuclear, atomic. I'm gonna eat
Atomic,
five
yeah.
five of each one, or maybe 1 or 2 for each one, because that would be 10 wings. I get 5 at each place.
You should get that kit from that TV show. What's it called?
Honestly, I have one. And
Oh,
I've
you
been
do?
wanting to do it. I just never found the right time, and I
Because
don't
they
know if
sell it
it's
in a kit.
good
I've seen
anymore.
it.
Yeah, I bought one, and I want to open it, but I don't know if the sauces go bad. I
wouldn't.
had it for about a year and a half now.
They can't go bad, right? Does hot sauce really go bad
I don't know.
with all that hotness in there?
All that hotness, he says.
Well, it looks like everybody had some good eats and some good times for sure. We got a good crew in the chat giving us stuff.
Paul, did my video ever finish rendering?
Oh, I didn't even look.
All right, gentlemen, I am going to say 7-3. I am going to put my feet up and
good to see you, Tank.
retire. Good
All
to
right,
see
good to see you,
y'all.
Tank.
Y'all
All right,
have
Frank.
fun.
Thanks for coming, man. I had a good weekend.
Yeah, 73.
7-3, Frank.
That is one thing. When I got home at 12 o'clock, I was talking to my sister on the phone. That's the first thing I did, and I fell asleep while I was talking to her. Woke up at 5:30. So, the reason I'm feeling the way I do now is because I've slept from like 1 o'clock to 5:30.
I'm just looking at something here for Ziggy. I had to break it up in 3 parts, Ziggy. It's going to take a couple weeks.
No, yeah, that's what you were telling me.
I have to already report this one because there's no audio, so the audio didn't come through.
Oh,
so they'll refund me my coins, and then I'll have to run it again. It's going to take some time because I just use the free coins. I get 120 a day, and it takes 3 to 350 to run one 15-second clip. But anyway, I'll keep it short tonight because, you know, I'm home now with the wife, and she's missed me for the weekend, which is nice. Not that she missed me, but nice to have a wife that misses me and doesn't like want to kick me out. So, you guys have anything you want to say? Ziggy, you got something coming up this week? Something people need to look out for on your channel?
No, not at all, man. I just wanted to hang out with you guys while you were talking about some good food there and having fun.
It's always good having you. Sean, what's coming up tomorrow?
I got tomorrow the field day video, and then I'm gonna try and get back on the tech questions. Work's just kind of been hammering down, but it seems like it's starting to smooth out, so I'll start bringing those back out. That's all I got.
Very cool. Don, you got anything coming out?
Yeah, I'm still working on the phased array.
Okay.
I've gotten, y'all have probably seen at least the 2 videos I've done show me building the box, but now I'm working on the antennas, and I've just started doing that. I know if you want to see the actual build of that thing, check out Chuck KK6USY's channel. He went through and soldered everything and showed all of that. I do not have the equipment to do that kind of videos, but he did a really good job of it. And his is going to be on a 40-meter phased array. I'm working on a 20-meter phased array, and I'm going to try to use the 17-foot whips. Although I've got actually right behind me here, I've got 2 25-foot whips. But I've got a couple of clever methods of elevating that the verticals rather than ground mounted, but I may have to give that up. So anyway, I'm gonna when I get that done and get it, somewhat looking the way I want it to in a working state, then I'll do a video on it, show you how I got it working.
Yeah, the shack's coming along, looking good there. You got your 3D printer up and everything.
Yeah. Well, the main part of the shack is in front of me, and that's the 101D and the Mercury and the Onan and the SPE amplifiers. And normally I'll have the 7300 sitting over here connected to the Mac, but I took it to field day. So
Yeah. All right, guys. Well,
But,
I'm going to put a brief video on just showing how to update the FTX firmware. It just came out 2 days ago, and it
Oh, yeah,
actually shows about 7 or 8 fixes that it's fixing. And then, yeah,
APRS
messaging and
messaging.
APRS is fixed, supposedly.
Mhm.
I didn't really do enough,
Yep,
probably
supposedly.
video at field day with Frank and I, because Frank was there. You can just watch his video tomorrow too. So I probably won't put anything else out. I might do a afternoon live stream, and then if I'm not working Saturday, it's been about 3 weeks. I'm gonna do another targeted contacts. Probably start around 8:30 a.m. Central Time, and whoever wants to try to QSO will by whatever means necessary. We'll start with voice and work our way to last case scenario WinLink email, just to get used to making contacts and knowing who we can reach on what bands and what methods on what time of day. So
Cool.
thanks everyone, guys. Thanks for joining. This was fun. Let's do it again, and we're gonna do an outro, and we'll see you later. So everyone, say your goodbyes.
75s, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.